Visión comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headlines. China-Venezuela Joint Commission will hold a meeting in Caracas. Caracas and Bogotá will expand energy agreements in the border. Service stations in Táchira will be operated between PDVSA and Colombian companies. The Venezuelan Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed that the China-Venezuela Joint Commission will hold a meeting in the Venezuelan capital to consolidate and expand strategic cooperation areas. Venezuela shares with China more than 450 agreements in different areas. In 2001, the China-Venezuela High-Level Joint Commission was created to boost projects for energy, construction, science, defense, among other strategic sectors. In August took place in Caracas the fifth meeting of the Technical Secretariat of the Joint Commission between the governments of China and Venezuela. The Venezuelan Foreign Minister, Delcy Rodriguez, accused yesterday at the Public Prosecutor's Office the President of the Venezuelan Parliament, Henry Ramos Ayub, for several crimes penalized by the country's laws. Ayub was accused for promoting interfering actions against the country and vilification against the Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro. The head of Foreign Affairs presented evidence that proved Ayub's attacks against the powers of the state and against the country's democratic institutionality. The documents show the request made by the Deputy for the Foreign Powers to intervene in Venezuela. They also prove encroachment of functions of the head of state in regards with the management of foreign policies. Several public transport lines held a strike yesterday in the country's capital as a measure to exert pressure for an increase of the tickets. The action is part of a destabilization plan that combines a group of transporters with the coup-perpetrating sectors that operate in Venezuela. Deputy Julia Gur alerted that the strike is part of a plan to increase conflicts in Venezuela.
Venezuela in the news.
The Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro informed yesterday that he will consult the Supreme Court of Justice about the procedure to approve the annual budget of the nation to be executed in 2017, destined essentially for the social area. The Venezuelan legal framework establishes that the budget must be approved by the National Assembly, but the legislative power lost its legality as it disrespected the Supreme Court of Justice. Maduro stated that he will communicate with a legal consultant of the executive power to proceed within the Venezuelan legal framework. The process to approve the 2017 national budget will be established by the Supreme Court. The governor of the border state of Táchira, José Vielma Mora, confirmed that in the next days the service stations in that region will begin to be operated between PDVSA and Colombian companies. The gasoline will be Venezuelan and it will have a standard international price that still has not been established. Two service stations will be activated in Ureña and another one in San Antonio, all of them in Venezuelan territory. The Venezuelan government confirmed also the activation of a transport route which will cover the border route Cúcuta-San Antonio-Ureña-Villa del Rosario. It is projected for 30,000 people to transit that route daily.
News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headline: China-Venezuela Joint Commission will hold a meeting in Caracas. Caracas and Bogotá will expand energy agreements in the border. Service stations in Táchira will be operated between PDVSA and Colombian companies.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Visión comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.